sa ating scripture reading. Buksan niyo po ang inyong mga Bible. Continuation ng ating sinumulan 2 weeks ago sa Daniel chapter 3. Last time, binasa na po natin ang buong kabanata. This time around, we'll just focus on Daniel chapter 3, verse 1 hanggang verse 12. Kung naduduno po kayo, let's start verse 1. Nebuchadnezzar the king made an image of gold, whose height was 60 cubits, and its width 6 cubits. He set it up in the plain of Dura, in the province of Babylon. And King Nebuchadnezzar sent word to gather together the satraps, the administrators, the governors, the counselors, the treasurers, the judges, the magistrates, and all the officials of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which King Nebuchadnezzar had set up. So the satraps, the administrators, the governors, the counselors, the treasurers, the judges, the magistrates, and all the officials of the provinces gathered together for the dedication of the image that King Nebuchadnezzar had set up. And they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Then a herald cried aloud, "To you it is commanded, O peoples, nations, and languages, that at the time you hear the sound of the horn, flute, harp, lyre, and psaltery, in symphony with all kinds of music, you shall fall down and worship the gold image that King Nebuchadnezzar has set up. And whoever does not fall down and worship shall be cast immediately into the midst of a burning fiery furnace." So at that time, when all the people heard the sound of the horn, flute, harp, and lyre, in symphony with all kinds of music, all the people, nations, and languages fell down and worshipped the gold image which King Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Verse 8. Therefore at that time certain Chaldeans came forward and accused the Jews. They spoke and said to King Nebuchadnezzar, "O king lives forever. You, O king, have made a decree that everyone who hears the sound of the horn, flute, harp, lyre, and psaltery, in symphony with all kinds of music, shall fall down and worship the gold image. And whoever does not fall down and worship shall be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. There are certain Jews whom you have set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not paid due regard to you. They do not serve your gods or worship the gold image which you have set up." Itong Daniel chapter 3 is a story of courage. Ang setting sa panahon na ito ay isang world system na ignorant, mangmang o walang alam sa truth at hostile o laban sa truth o galit sa katotohanan. The world is no friend of grace. Pero dito sa hostile world, nilagay ng Diyos ang kanyang mga tao kung saan sila ay mabubuhay upang mag-serve at mag-glorify ang Diyos sa kanilang buhay. Itong pangyayari sa tatlong Jew, sila Shadrach, Meshach, at Abednego, ay halimbawa ng ageless tactics or strategies ng mundo para ma-seduce o maakit o madaya ang mga believers to worldliness at worldly thinking. May tatlong tactics or strategies sila. First, conformity to the world is made attractive. Yung worldliness at worldview ay ginagawang maganda at kaakit-akit. Yung issue na nakasangkutan nitong tatlong Jew ay yung dambuhalang gold statue ni Nebuchadnezzar na kanyang pinagawa. Nakatuyo ito sa 9-foot base, yung may tungtungan siya, may foundation, at may taas na 90 feet. So kung i-imagine siya, kasing taas siya ng 2 poste ng kuryente, yung mga concrete na poste, 2 ganon ang taas niya. Malamang nagpapakita lang ito kung gaano kalaki ang ego at tingin ni Nebuchadnezzar sa kanyang sarili. Sa unveiling event ng statue ay napaka-engrande, bonggang-bongga, at kasama doon sa crowd yung who's who sa Babylon, meaning yung mga matataas na position sa government. Parang sa panahon natin, ito yung mga politiko at mga celebrities, o politiko na at celebrity pa, na nagmula pa sa iba't ibang lugar sa Babylon Empire. Kasama pa ang malaking orchestra na nag-provide ng music para sa event na ito. So this was a national happening, and just being there is a place of honor already. Yung price for admission, simple lang. Yuyuko at iwo-worship yung gold statue tuwing tumutugtog ang musical instruments. Makikita natin na para maging katanggap-tanggap sila sa society at maging part of something big, ginawa itong napaka-attractive. Nobody wants to be left out. Dapat in na in sila. Second, non-conformity is made dangerous. Delikado ang hindi sumasang-ayon o kumukontra. Sa verse 6, merong pinatayong burning furnace. Kung alam niyo yung walk-in closet, ito naman yung walk-in oven o pugon, kasya yung tao sa loob. Nakitang-kita ng lahat. Ito ay nagbibigay ng malakas na motibo or motive para sumunod ang lahat sa pinag-uutos ng gobyerno. Kitang-kita ng mga tao yung usok na nagbumula sa burning furnace at nagbabanta ito o warning ito na dapat alerto sila sa pakikinig tuwing tutugtog ang music at iwo-worship na nila yung golden image. The smoke was enough to force the crowd to bow down in unison. Marahil may nag-bow down na wala naman sa kanilang isip yung kanilang ginagawa. Meron iba, wala naman tunay na paggalang kay Nebuchadnezzar, pero nag-bow down pa din. It is always safe and easy to follow the crowd, sumunod sa karamihan. Whether we do it thoughtlessly, hypocritical, or sincerely. Yung mga tao, tanggap nila yung insincerity, but not independence, lalo na kung motivated ka ng religious conviction based on biblical truth. Ang mundo, hindi niya tinotolerate yung kontra ka sa norms ng society, lalo na kung ang salita ng Diyos, ang Bible, ang sinusunod mo. Sa panahon natin, hindi naman kamatayan sa burning oven ang hindi kasang-ayon sa worldview, pero meron itong mabigat na consequences sa ating buhay. Third, non-conformity is made conspicuous. Ginagawang medyo hindi halata, hindi obvious. Kapag nagsimula ang music, lahat ng tao ay nagbabow down at nag-worship maliban kila Shadrach, Meshach at Abednego. Yung naiiwan kang nakatayo habang lahat ay nakabow down, tapos kitang-kita mo yung usok doon sa burning furnace dahil nga nakabow down yung mga tao, walang nakaharang na mga ulo, ay talagang mabigat na pressure sa kanilang tatlo. Kamatayan yun eh. Pero malinaw sa text na walang makikitang pagdududa o doubt sa kanilang desisyon na manatiling nakatayo. Pwede naman silang mga tuwiran na pwede naman sila mag-bow down, pero hindi naman sila sincere sa kanilang ginagawa. Pwede nilang sabihin na kung masusunog sila doon sa oven, sino nang matitirang magwi-witness sa Babylon? Siguro pwede naman tayo mag-bow down kunyari, pero hindi naman nagwo-worship. So, napiplease pa din natin ang Diyos. O di ba, ang Diyos naman ang nagtalaga ng government at commanded din naman tayo na mag-submit sa authority? O baka ganito pa sinasabi ng pwede sabihin, wala naman nakakakilala sa atin dito. Siguro okay lang, hindi naman natin ikamamatay ito. At nasan si Daniel? Maghahanapan ng kadamay. Maraming maiisip na excuses to compromise a conviction. The point is clear enough. It is hard to stand alone. Madalas natin naririnig sa mga Reformed churches ang tungkol sa cardinal Christian. Paano naman yung secret Christian? Nawa mangusap ang salita ng Diyos sa atin ngayong hapon.